I gave my highlights to my wife who runs our mortgage team. And so I thought it was just packed full of nuggets. And I felt bad because, our goal was 30 to 45 minutes and we went like 47 or 48 minutes, but I could have kept her on for another half an hour. It was so good. And so Deborah and I haven't compared notes of who's got which key takeaways that you can implement to make your business really, we call it the Chick-fil-A thing, but really can you have a better process, right? Right now, customer experience is everything, right? Doesn't matter what business you're in. If you can provide a better customer experience, guess what? You're going to get more customers. You're going to get more 5-star reviews, and that is going to lead towards more customers and more referrals. And so, all right, I said I'd let you go first. So what is your first key idea that someone needs to implement in order to streamline and Chick-fil-A their business?
I like the in-process videos. So when you can take time, when you're clear-headed, you're not distracted, if you can think of those key milestones throughout the process that you can record generic enough that every time alone, as soon as you send a file, maybe disclosures are sent, or as soon as the file is sent to processing or underwriting, or once it's conditioned, all those little milestones. If you can streamline that in your CRM where it's automated and it's being sent, that's how we made Denise look like she was the one handling the loan, and they felt like it was her when it wasn't her. And it was her way to CYA on, instead of, scripting her team, her 4 assistants that she has over and over and over. Now we could just replace it with this video that is housed in YouTube. It's a private link that she then embeds in her CRM. And it's a way to make sure that no matter the situation, if you're ill, whoever's file it is, it's her way at how she would deliver that script every single time, so that there's no inconsistency with that client experience. And if you notice, and kind of the test I always ask people is, what do your client reviews? What are they saying is your value? And if you notice, most of her reviews, which she has a lot of them, they all say her communication. And I bet it's largely due to that proactive video communication that's anticipating challenges based off the phase. That's not overwhelming because it's chunked down into micro phases, where you're anticipating those questions and you're answering them ahead of time, which also frees up time in your email inbox and your assistants being asked questions and the risk of them not answering it the same way you would. So my number one was the in-process videos that she does.
All right, so let me ask a few questions. I think that'll be helpful, because number one, we'll make a couple statements and then ask some questions. Number one is you don't have to have a CRM and embed it in there. You can create templates in Outlook and you can put it in there and you can push it out yourself. If you're thinking, well, I don't have a fancy CRM, I don't know how to do that. Again, I want to get the roadblocks out of your way. But yes, the high level implementation is put in your CRM. Someone changes the stage and it automatically shoots out. And in this case, it shoots out from Denise, so they think she sent it. So tips, I think, one is I've never used a secret YouTube link. When they go there, does it say like, you're 727th person to watch it, or does it just make it look like
no, because it doesn't, because it's listed as private. I should probably double check that, and just because I haven't seen her account on as logged in as her, I don't think they've changed that feature. I will double check it and let the group know, but I don't think it shows you the view count when it's private.
Because so really the key then is you don't say like, hey y'all, you're like, hey, here's the next step in your process, right? You're just you're talking directly to one person when you send that out. Would that be the tip on that?
Absolutely. That's why we never used a name. And I say YouTube because it's it's easily deliverable. If you try to attach a video, for those of you who've never tried this, sometimes the video is too large where you can't send it in an email, but you can definitely hyperlink the words, save that as a email signature in your Outlook if you want, so it's repeatable. But everyone has access to YouTube. It's not like Vimeo, where sometimes there's issues when people try to click on the link. So I like YouTube for that reason, because it's quick, it's easy, everyone can open it. You can choose to make it an unlisted link or a private link, but again, you don't have to overcomplicate it. It could be as simple as just an email signature in Outlook.
Well, and so email signatures was going to be my first thing I talked about. Since you already know that's great though. So, I mean, I think you nailed it because you took it up the notch, put the email in there. I say worst case, this still counts as tip number one. I'm not going to my tip number two, which I'll do in one sec, but worst case is create an email template that gives the bullet points of the next steps of the process. But I would just say this, everything that she's done in her business is templated emails as well. So even when the team is sending emails out, they're using templates so that it's written in a way that makes sense, that there's consistency. And so as you're going to bring on other people, you write the templates when it's just you and you get really comfortable with it. And then when you bring on other people, then they can use your template and then they're using your words and doing it how you want it to be done. And so there you go, 2 tips for the price of 1. And so, I think what I would say for my first one, I got to look back at my notes and decide which one I'm going to do. So, all right, here's what I say. So the other thing that she did a great job of, which is a little bit like what you did, but I would say it's how do you launch into process? And I